Hi there, I'm Nelly Orlova, and we are on InnMind YouTube channel for startup founders and tech entrepreneurs. And today, let's talk about how to deliver a winning elevator pitch for investors. Each of us has to sell ourselves and our ideas to other people all the time. It does not matter if the goal is getting a new client or investor, impressing the boss, or securing a new job. The art of being able to catch the attention of people and influence their actions is crucial for becoming successful in our society. If the skills are important for ordinary people, just imagine that they are the matter of life or death sometimes for entrepreneurs for obvious reasons. Getting a naked idea into a real, growing business involves first and foremost convincing hundreds of people of the value of your ideas and products. What makes the situation even more difficult for startup founders is that they usually have to sell to people who are getting sold to all the time. Majority of venture capital firms and startup investors, they are getting hundreds, if not thousands, of pitches per year, sometimes even per month. And needless to say, it's a worthwhile investment to put your time and effort into developing your sales skill set, as well as sales tool set. And one of the most fundamental sales tools a founder has is the so-called elevator pitch. What is an elevator pitch? Imagine you are in an elevator. All of a sudden, Marc Andreessen walks in. You will be together for a few floors before the doors open, and you never will see him again. In less than 60 seconds, you have to convince him to give you more of his time because your project presents a great opportunity for him. This is your elevator pitch. Your actual pitch needs to have a high impact with the least amount of words possible. It's a mistake to think that you need to present your business plan in all of its glorious minute details in order to impress the person. Complexity and details should be conserved for your next meeting with investors. The elevator pitch is your business card. In a few sentences, it needs to spark interest in your target and to secure a further meeting. There are, generally speaking, 3 legs to your elevator pitch. The first is an intro. Who are you and what do you do? You can start with one sentence pitch formula. My name is this, and I help X to do Y by doing Z. For example, my name is Nelly, and I help startups to raise VC funding by connecting them to the relevant VC investors on InnMind platform. In this formula, X is your audience or target, while Y is the value you bring, and Z is your solution. Quick and clean, easy to digest and remember. This should be the same sentence you use to explain to your grandmother what you do for a living. Here is another real-world example. My name is Dr. Kev Johnson, and I'm the founder of Aperture Laboratories. We are developing an app that helps doctors implement cutting-edge research knowledge into their everyday practice. This is the part of the pitch in which you introduce yourself. Apart from informing what you and your company are doing, ideally, this sentence would present you as an authority in the subject. A phrase, a sentence, or title which emphasizes your experience can go a long way into making the next sentences in your pitch more convincing. Problem: why does the world desperately need your startup? And here is the example. 90% of the scientists that have ever lived are working today. Needless to say, it is hard for physicians to keep up with the relevant information from studies. Ideally, the issue should be simple and very specific. You should be able to explain in 1 or 2 breaths. An elevator pitch is not the right place to introduce complexity. It helps if the problem sounds concrete and indisputable, statistics and personal experience, For example, judging from my 15-year experience as a practicing physician can be extremely effective here. Solution. What are you doing and why would it be successful? Having introduced the problem, it's time to explain your solution and unique proposition. What are you doing and why is it worth paying attention to? Apart from simply explaining how it works, you need to get specific and ideally provide evidence that your solution is working. You should base this statement on examples, metrics, or milestones of your startup. Long gone are the days when investors trusted a founder only based on ideas and promises. Investors have high expectations, and in order to convince them you are worth their time, they need to showcase you have some kind of proof of your claims. Getting back to our founder, Cave Johnson, who is pitching to Silicon Valley venture capitalist Marc Andreessen, tell me in the comments, which sentence sounds more convincing for you? The first one, we will help doctors improve their results. Or the second one of our first customers, Dr. Rogan, improved their patient positive outcomes by 36% in 13 months, the most significant improvement since the start of Dr. Rogan's practice. Pretty clear, right? Data and examples make you more credible and increase your chances to stand out from the crowd. Consequently, your elevator pitches will become much more convincing once you have done some idea or product validation experiments. Before we move on to the last part of Mr. Johnson's elevator encounter, here is a real-world example of the problem-solution part of the pitch delivered by WeWork. There are 40 million independent workers in the US, consultants, freelancers, and small business owners. Solving office space is tough and expensive, especially in cities like New York. We created the concept of space as a service. We have 20 locations in the city where people can rent a deck or an office without any of the complications of a traditional lease, effectively saving at least 25% of the cost. They get access to a shared front desk, mail room, and a community of like-minded people. The call to action. Last but certainly not least, you need to motivate your target to take action, which usually means to secure a follow-up meeting. We are planning to run a seed round from July to October this year. I'd be extremely happy to continue the conversation and to see if it would be a fit for Andreessen Horowitz. Starting your intentions clearly is important. Thank you. What are our next steps? Would next Monday be a good time for a follow-up meeting? Remember, leaving your contacts and expecting them to call or write you after the elevator pitch is a bit too optimistic. Even if investors liked you, they might not be motivated enough to take the initiative just after a meeting that lasted a minute. Because of this, make sure the next step is in your hands. Moreover, getting them to agree to something concrete, like I will call you next Monday to figure out a meeting, rather than something vague, please, if you're interested, get in touch, makes it much harder for your target to back down because of the level of commitment. So, in summary, your elevator pitch should include a few basic elements. An introduction. Who are you, what you are doing, and why should you be trusted? Problem. Why does the world need what you are building? Solution. With proof that what you are building works. And call to action. Have the person make the commitments and make sure you are the one to initiate the next step. And last but not least, don't skip practice. For your pitch to be successful, you need to be confident in delivering it. Try it on your friends and colleagues first, and then use it on your real prospects. By the way, on InnMind, we have regular workshops for startup founders where you can train your elevator pitch with other entrepreneurs and our team of venture analysts. And if you feel ready to have a real life practice, you can join our monthly pitching sessions with real venture investors. It's a great opportunity to present to them your startup, get a feedback, and even a real chance of getting funded. Many startups from our previous sessions already closed deals with the VC investors from InnMind network. I will leave you the links in the description of the video. And remember, the elevator pitch is not just for investors. The presentation of the problem solution could be used to win the co-founders, partners, or even customers. And the last question from my side, or even ask, if you like this type of informative videos, I would really appreciate if you put like and share it on your social media. That is the only way how we can understand if you find our content useful or not, and what kind of content we should produce for you next time. So please don't hesitate to leave comments, to share with us what other topics do you want us to cover, and of course to like or dislike the video. Thanks a lot and see you in the next videos.